about to get jumped all the time. Like, it was rough, but it made me tough.
Because I went through what I went through, I got to see something that most people don't get to see. Fed time, Tosh.
Get out of fight mode in my mind. That's what I had to tell myself.
A lot of times what we got exposed to, it could have been some traumatic things that we experienced that we normalized.
The first thing was embarrassment, disappointment, fear, like crazy fear.
There's a few things that I want to say. The first thing is, this is what's driving you. And so my first question, man, I'm gonna get right to it. What's driving you?
About my old lady, my kids, my family. That's what drive. I wouldn't have met you when I did. Here you go. Shut the shit. That's why it gets you in trouble.
Peace out, man. This is what's driving you. I'm Keyon Dooling.
What's driving?
What's driving you? And I'm gonna end like this. I think that the biggest room in the world, the biggest room in your life, is the room for improvement. Hey, what's going on, good people? My name is Keyon Dooling. This is What's Driving You. And today I have a special guest. Man, my favorite book says when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. So today I would like to introduce my wife, my friend, my day one, my soldier, my everything, my beautiful wife, Natasha Dooling. Natasha, welcome.
Yeah.
So that was formal. Yeah. I'm about to get a little bit more informal because I don't call you Natasha. You my little Tasha, my little mama, you feel me? My red, all that good stuff. But welcome to the show. Tosh, I asked you, to be on this show for a few different things.
Valentine's Day.
Well, yeah, Valentine's Day. It's right around the corner. I like your Valentine's nails.
Thank you.
But I also wanted to give us an opportunity to talk about the journey from a woman's perspective, from a wife's perspective. We've been married for 24 years. We've been together for 29 years. A lot of it good, some of it not so much, right?
Yeah.
So I want to kind of cover all those different things. But also what I really wanted to do as well is highlight women who support their men in their endeavors. Clock that T. I really wanted to highlight what it feels like to be an NBA wife, what it feels like to, experience that, and also sometimes like being invisible in that, which could play on women's mind.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so
it does. We can get invisible, and that's what Steph Curry's wife always be talking about, and I respect everything she be talking about because you do sometimes feel invisible, and then it's like then you start having kids, so now you're like just stuck in this mommy NBA wife mode.
Yeah.
So now you're going, you got the kids.
Yeah.
Like Cardi said, I turned around and I done had children on children. You know what I'm saying?
Cheering on cheering.
So end up having 4 kids. We end up having 4 kids. That kept me busy too. So yeah.
Cool. So the name of this show is What's Driving You. So the first question I'm gonna ask you, Tosh, what's driving you? What's your motivating factors in life? What is it that keeps you, going every day? What's driving you?
Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Number one.
Number one.
You and the kids. That's what drives me.
Simple as that.
I'm a mommy manager.
A momager.
Yeah, I love managing your schedule, the kids' schedule, stuff like that's what I love do. Taking care of the house. That's what I do.
Yeah, man. I'm it's funny. I hear you say that, and there's this debate, or I don't know if it's been a cultural shift or a shift, but so often, especially with sisters. There's this mantra of oh, I need to be independent. Oh, I'm this, I'm a boss, I'm this, I'm that, and things like that. How have you been able to find fulfillment in your role for the family?
Well, you still have to take time out for you. I love taking care of you and the kids, but still I have to take time out for me. So I went and got my esthetician license, you know. And
started a foundation?
Yeah, started a foundation, doing lashes. I love kids. I had a daycare, I love doing that. And you just got to find stuff that makes you happy and that you enjoy doing Wow, you being a sham.
Sham.
Mm-hmm.
What is a sham?
Stay at home mom.
A stay-at-home mom. Yeah.
But it's kind of hard too, because like now all my kids are grown. KJ is 16.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's just I want to travel and, do stuff like that. And, and that's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Went to see Taj play. That was fun.
Our God, baby.
Yep. And spent some time with Lana. Like that was fun. Like now I get to really like enjoy my friends, my God, baby, stuff like that.
Yeah. So I want to go a little deeper with that, because a lot of times, in particular, with women who have men who are, traveling a lot, you know what I mean, who might have influence, who might have egos that could be out of control. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? There's seasons in life that we kind of go through. But one of my biggest reasons for wanting to bring you on is, man, because I believe in the family, dog. Like, I really want to see our families intact. I really want to see, you know what I mean, us, like, see it all the way through. Right. Not just for me, but for my other brothers and my other sisters whose family, might be experiencing this, because a lot of times we fall short.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
In the midst of all of that, right? How have you found your purpose, right? And before I say your purpose, I know you started a foundation and you mentored, and gave back quite a bit. You served, with the Wives Association and things like that.
I did.
But individually, sometimes in the midst of all that, you could feel invisible.
Yeah.
And how have you, there's some young girls who might be listening today that might feel unseen, undervalued, underappreciated, and things like that. Is there something that we could do as men to make you feel more seen, to make you feel more, a part of it?
Say, like, pay attention. Like, we know game days are important. Y'all got to get y'all naps.
We got to get our naps.
Eat, all that. The kids can't make, noise or whatever. But I think, like, if y'all can just be more open and reasonable to, like, what we also have going on, too, because it's just as important. Because if we not maintaining the stuff while y'all gone, then what? You know what I mean? So,
hey, nobody wins when the family feuds, right? And I think that, if it's okay, I want to give, some insight, especially if it's some young married women right now who are experiencing what we experienced. There's a few things that I want to say. The first thing is that, like, your role is just as important as our role. It's a position. I feel like a lot of times with athletes, you can break it down to athletes as men, that we can understand the concept of team.
Right.
Because we have to buy in every day for our roles on the team, what's expected of us, the accountability, the pressure, and things like that.
And the same need to be applied in the household.
And the same concepts that we can, that we are used to could be applied to the concept of family.
Right.
So what insight would you give to a young lady who might be, trying to find her way, find her rhythm, young in the game?
I would say just watch, and try not to do so much talking and love yourself, because if you love yourself, then you don't need to, like, feel like you need friends or, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So, like, with me, like, I like get you a good mentor, OG on the team.
Yeah,
like,
mentorship.
The first, like, Trina Jones was my mentor.
Oh, man.
But before she became my mentor, I saw her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, like, it was like 2005. We was playing for the Heat.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to the game. And, all our family was at the game when we played.
We
for
was
the
up
Heat.
in there.
So I really didn't want, I ain't need friends, need to talk, because, so, like, I saw her walk in. And when she walked in, I don't know, like, it was just, it's like, it went slow, like,
yeah.
When she walked in, she just looked so good and, like, so, like, I don't know. I was like, damn, like, that's how I want to, like, when I, like, that's how I want to come in this game. That's how I want to come in this game. Quiet. Like, she walked in there, like,
I'm here.
I'm here.
I'm here.
Like, and you gonna see me whether you see me or not.
Yeah.
And she walked in there. She looked good.
Yeah.
That sister sat down and held her, you know what I'm
Held her
saying?
head,
And like,
good posture.
I said, that's who I want to be like.
Yeah, mentorship.
When I saw her, I said, that's the wife I want.
Man,
Yeah.
mentorship. It's so important.
And then she became my mentor.
Yeah, and Eddie Jones did that, you know, for me as well. So big shout out to the Jones family. Y'all probably don't know how much an impact y'all had on our lives.
They did.
Eddie Jones.
Not the bad part.
Well, I mean, like, you know, hey, look, you know, hey, it's a journey. You know, but mentorship is really important. Like, you know, for us in our basketball career, there's mentors that we had that, you know, help us grow us.
Right.
Stretch
But like
us.
seeing that sister, like, that made me change the way I come to the game. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I started like making sure, like, okay, like I had to make sure I like just watch people, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. All right. So I want to go back, right, to our Clippers days, right? You know what? No, I'm sorry. Let me go back a little bit further. We grew up in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Yes.
We grew up in Fort Lauderdale, Florida in the 80s, right? So there was this culture. There was a car culture. There was a dance culture. There was a street culture. There was a sports. There was so many different cultures that we had being from Lauderdale. And I knew your family growing up. You ain't want to holler at a brother back in them days.
He tried to holler at me when we was like, well, first
12.
No, yeah, we was 12.
Yeah,
well,
I tried to holler.
because I was on my grandma's porch in Sunland.
I tried to holler.
You walked by,
I saw
which
you.
you shouldn't even been walking by because that's not your hood.
Well,
But
I had to go
I don't
hoop.
know how, yeah. So you walked by and you saw me
Yes.
on the porch.
Yeah, I did.
But before that, when we was like 6, I saw you when I came to your dad's flower shop.
Ooh, I think
And
I heard from you.
He ran from me.
I did. I hear.
My mom, I used to come in his dad's flower shop with my mom and aunties. And when I would go in there, his dad'd be like, oh, there go a girl. Like, go get that girl.
Yeah. Hey, I got my son
And
back
he
here.
would
I'm like,
take off running. And mom was like, that boy running.
Yeah. Yeah. But, man, you know what, man? Growing up in Lauderdale, man, I wouldn't trade that for anything. Like, you know, we had generations of families who've been there. So my parents knew your parents.
They went to high school.
You know what I mean? My grandparents knew your grandparents. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yep,
knew your
yep,
cousins,
yeah.
I knew your peoples, right? Even before, like, we was able to connect.
Like one of the only men that could talk to me. 'Cause
They let me.
Men was scared to talk to me because of my brothers and uncles. So.
So your peoples was in the streets? They would.
Yeah, so like I didn't date as much because boys were scared to holler at me because of them. So like when you did it, they was, you know, they asked you like, how you got with Tyler? They let you out.
They gave me a pass. You know, shout out to your family. You know, for always welcoming me.
Yeah.
But like my point to that, Tosh, is like growing up in the 80s. You know, in Lauderdale. You know, going through high school in the 90s and all those different things. Man, we got exposed to a lot. A lot. And a lot of times what we got exposed to, it could have been some traumatic things that we experienced that we normalized. And so how did like Lauderdale shape your mentality?
Oh man. Y'all see, I'm
Come on, talk to me. Say it.
Like I just don't like to be tried.
Yeah,
like,
we don't like to be tried.
Yeah, and then like that's the one thing that I really deal with. You know what I mean? Growing up in South Florida, in Lauderdale, from the hood. And it's crazy because I'm from 2 different hoods, and that's
what
rare.
hoods are those?
Deep Side, which is where XX, how you say his name?
Yeah,
XX is from, and then I'm from Sunland Park.
City Zone.
You know, so like I'm from 2 different hoods. So like it shaped me because I had to fight a lot.
You had to fight a lot. I mean? Okay, so you mentioned that you had to fight a lot.
Yeah.
One of the dynamics I want to bring up, you know, because you did have to throw your hands,
a lot,
you know, kind of a lot coming up.
Yeah.
You know, when we look at you aesthetically,
I know,
you know
right?
what I mean?
And
like,
that's
you know,
why I had to throw my hands a lot.
You know, it's crazy because like, you know, what your nickname, you got it tatted on your chest right there, is Red.
Yeah.
So you were a light-skinned sister in the hood.
In the 80s.
And most of the people in your family had darker skin.
Everybody like that.
Did that have an impact on you
Yes.
coming up?
Yes.
You had to deal with some of
even my
those
family,
dynamics.
White girl, like I told them once I got grown, I was like, y'all know I don't like that. I'm saying that I'm racist or something wrong with it. But just like, don't call me that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? High yellow.
Yeah.
All that. I had to fight all the time. Like about to get jumped all the time. Like it was rough, but it made me tough though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then what was crazy, they didn't know I had hands, so people used to just try me, but they didn't know my brothers was teaching me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Daily. So I could really fight, and it had done got out that I could fight. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, that helped. But once I got in middle school, I left the county. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to go to school in the county no more. I'm like, I want to go to school in the city zone.
Yeah.
So I went to Parkway. I went to Dill. I went to, to the schools in the city zone. Boy, look at here.
Yeah. And
It
for
was
people
rough.
and people who don't know, like when we talk about the county zone and the city zone, it's really, a separation of Broward County, right? And the city zone is the city. It's where the roughest of the roughest and the toughest of the toughest.
Yeah.
And the original settlers.
But I wasn't scared. My people ran,
For sure.
the street. So
Yeah,
I never was scared.
Talk to them.
So, you know what I'm saying? So, like, when I was about to get jumped in middle school, my people just came out and handled it, you know? So, like, I never really was scared, to be in the hood. So, it was normal to me. What wasn't normal to me was you taking me out the hood. That wasn't normal to me. That was the most terrifying experience of my life. I tried to miss the flight going to L.A., everything. I'm like, I'm not leaving Lauderdale.
Oh, you were
going to California. Like, what? They got gangs?
Man,
goons.
I got you halfway there. You flew out to Missouri. Don't act like you ain't get flew out.
Yeah, I did.
In
but
college.
Once I got to the NBA, like, I kind of had to change the way I move, like the way I act. Like, you can't go up in there talking about fighting and acting a fool and talking about a 954 Brown. You know, like you gotta, I had to learn how to, like, dang, I'm like, okay. Like, and that's why a lot of times, like, I stayed by myself on the Clippers team. You know what I'm saying? Like, I stayed alone because I was like, if a bitch try me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna turn
You was willing to crash out at that point.
And wasn't nobody doing nothing to me, but that was just coming out the hood.
Mindset.
That was just my mindset. So I'm sitting at the game, just lip poked out, mad. And this beautiful lady came up to me one day, and she said...
What'd she say?
She said, why you always sitting up there by yourself with your lip poked out? You know who that was.
Who was it?
Eltha Miles.
Mama Miles?
Eltha Miles.
Oh, Mama Miles.
She said, don't you sit up there looking like that no more. She said, you come sit with me. And then she introduced me to Elisa Irvin. And that's been my best friend ever since. And this was 2000 and... What?
2000.
Yeah, 2000.
Yeah, when we met EA, our friend EA.
Eltha Miles,
Yeah. So, okay, I want to, I really wanted to kind of go through some more stuff early, but since you brought up Mama Miles, we going to give her precedent over everything.
Yes, that's my girl.
The Clippers, me, Q, Darius, CM, Lamar, you know what I mean? Like, Elton Brand, Chris Wilcox, Earl Boykins. We had all these young individuals. And when we would have fight parties and things like that, you would cook for us. There would be times where, like, we'll barbecue and we'll do our thing or whatever. But, like, when it was coming to cooking and bringing people together, you were responsible for a lot of that. Talk to me a little bit about, like, what cooking, where you got it from, number one. Number two, the impact that it had on bringing us all together.
Well, first of all, it was rough because I was like the only girl. You know what I mean? Y'all was so young. So you was the only one with a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Y'all was 20. We was like 20. Darius was 19. Like, we was all so young. So, like, I was the only girl, So, like, it was like, who else was going to cook?
Yeah.
And then, Eltha... when Eltha came up, it was a wrap. She took care of all, all that, So, like, I love cooking. That's what started me cooking, you know what I'm saying? Having to cook for you and, your teammates.
Yeah, and the family, and you know it's generational because
Yeah,
you was
my grandma,
you was giving
yeah.
your grandma and your
Yeah.
aunties
Yep.
recipes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like we brought the South to the West Coast.
Yeah, we
during
did.
that time.
We did.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit like think about this. The family rooms, right? Because now that we're retired, we don't see a lot of our friends who we love. We don't congregate the way that we did when we was in the same proximity.
Yeah, because out of sight, out of mind.
Out of
you
sight,
know what I
out of
mean?
mind. And yeah, there's social media and there's text messages, but it's a little bit less personal. To the young girls who might be listening right now, who might be in an NBA locker room, you talked about mentorship. You talked about people who you connected with, in that season of life. And then in our post-career, things really shift.
Yes.
And we'll get to some of those stories in post-career. But what advice or insight could you give a young lady right now who's in an NBA locker room, right? In the family room, not the locker room, but the family room. And, they feel lonely, isolated. They don't feel connected. Like, what advice could you give to those young ladies right now?
I would say just one, like I said, you got to love yourself, because if you love yourself, you want to, that kind of stuff, you wouldn't worry about.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like me, if I ain't want to be alone at the games or something, I bring one of my homegirls. I fly one of them up, whatever. Just you got to do what's best for you and what makes you fit. Because some people are different. Some people love to be in other people's face. I was never that type chick.
Mm-hmm.
I could go in that family room and I'm going to speak and I'm going to sit down and I ain't going to say nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the type person I was. Cause I'm not finna kiss your ass.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna try and be your friend, because I go off vibes, and real recognize real.
Mm-hmm.
So I go completely off vibes. So I just really kept to myself, really, and kept my mouth closed.
Yeah.
Because once I was on the Clippers and almost got in a fight with one. So I wasn't finna do that.
Yeah,
So
I
I
feel
learned my lesson from that. I told myself, you know what? I just told myself to be quiet. When you go in the family rooms, just be kind, be quiet. I ain't going to jail. You know what I mean? I ain't getting trapped.
I dig it.
I
understand. I understand.
You asking the wrong NBA wife. Ask one of them from the
No,
suburbs.
I want to hear your perspective, and I want to hear from my other sisters too,
Yes,
because I just feel like it's just really, man, man, if you want to go quick, you go alone. If you want to go far, you got to go all together. And I'm seeing the divorce rate, in some of our colleagues and people we played against, and just statistically, and I see how it's having impacts on our families and our kids, right? And so I want to be able to have some of these discussions, because it wasn't always sweet between you and I.
No,
we had our roller coasters, and we've been together since we were 16 years old.
Especially after your situation,
Yeah, and we're gonna get to that part. We definitely gonna get to that part, because that's an important part of the discussion.
Right.
But I want to finish this part up right now.
I would say sorry, but I don't mean to cut you off.
You can
get a mentor.
Mentorship.
Get you a good mentor.
Yeah.
If you're a young lady, get you and don't be going for the superstar wives. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying nothing wrong with them, but
a lot of them don't make it.
A lot of them just don't have time. They don't have time to mentor you. They husbands, you got too much going on.
Yeah.
So get you a mentor that can really sit down with you and give you some real.
What's a way a young lady can get mentorship, from OGs who have survived, right, through
You got
the
social
NBA.
media now.
You have social media.
You can DM them.
What about what y'all did the other day?
We need to start joining the National Basketball Wives Association.
Yes.
We all should.
Yes.
We really all should.
Well, why?
Because of the sisterhood.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We all need that. We really all go through the same thing, whether your husband is a superstar or a bench player. Still going through the same thing. You know what I mean? So it's just simple.
Yeah,
It's
it
just
is.
simple.
It really is, and
It's just simple.
that's true also for us.
Yeah.
Look, it's only been 5,000, less than 6,000 players who've ever played in the NBA, and too often we feel isolated and we're experiencing the same shit. You know, we're going through the same things. And, you know what I mean? There's platforms and organizations and associations that allow us, because we have put in a certain amount of work, to come together. So I would encourage, you know, all my retired brothers out there right now, if you're looking at me, like, hey, man, let's sign up, man. Let's make sure we, you know, support the Retired Players Association, because we still get health insurance for us and our family.
Yes.
We still get pensions, you know, for us and our families. There's so many benefits of us seeing one another to know what each other is doing. And the same goes for the women.
We had a luncheon in Bell Harbor, and it was beautiful. But the NBA was I never had a problem besides that, you know, Clippers thing. Other than that, I never had a problem with those ladies are so sweet.
Yeah.
Everybody, you know, every team that I went on, those wives mind their business.
I got a question for you.
What?
All right. So being an NBA wife, right, and the things that we don't see, is there something that y'all experience that a lot of other women don't experience? Y'all experience hate? Talk to me about that.
I would say, like, we get a lot of hate, and, like, probably because of basketball wise, I don't know, but yeah, we get a lot of hate. And then not only that, it's hard to have friends. Like, I don't know if it's just me, but, like, it's just like, I don't know, like, it's kind of it's kind of hard, like, maintaining friendships with people from, like, your childhood more than anything. That's been kind of hard for me to maintain. It's probably because I be gone a lot. You know, I move around a lot.
Yeah. What Ply said, it's not what you did to them. It's what you didn't do for them. Tell the whole story, right? And man, I you know what? To be quite honest with you, Tosh, I didn't know you felt that way, because I feel that way. There's so many people who I did things for.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I did it with love, right? You know, with loyalty attached to it.
But then when we was going through, we couldn't get
you know, that part. We're going to get to that part because I think that's an important part to the story. But a little bit on loyalty. Like, what does loyalty mean to you?
Loyalty is, like, for me, like, loyalty, like, if we're friends, like, you're gonna have my back when I'm down, when I'm up, no matter what I'm going through. Like, if we're real friends, like, you're gonna have my back, you're gonna be there for me. And I shouldn't have to ask, because I'm that kind of friend where I make sure my friends don't have to ask. I make sure they, you know, I check on them, you know what I mean? Like, you know, and it's just kindness, and just, like, keep it real.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
with you.
yeah.
Up, down, left, right, highs,
left.
lows.
Like, if one of my homies go through something, I don't care what it is. Like, long as you ain't messing with no kids and stuff like that, like, we can get through this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know. People be weird.
You know what? I like that perspective on that, because I want to segue into, you know, some adversity that we had as a family. You know, when you get with somebody early in life and you're still developing and growing and you fall short of the glory of God, and you know what I mean, being in the NBA infrastructure, it allows you to not have to deal with things, right? And Tasha, when I got indicted, right, there's a lot of guys right now from our family, our NBA family, who are going through indictments, you know, going through hardships. And we talk about the guys because they write about them, but not only are the guys impacted, the families feel it. The families feel it. So I want to take you back to April of 2022. And we had just came back from Dallas. We had our niece Noonie out there. We was hanging out. We had a great time. And I believe it was April 27th of 22. You know, I get a knock on the door, calls on the cell phone, and I get indicted. Wow. Right? You know, I'm coaching for the Utah Jazz. And if you need to take a moment, you can always take a moment, because I understand like this is a real thing. But in order to really help people and to really shine a light on that situation, so that we can maybe prevent things or help the guys who and their families who might be going through something. Wow. What did that moment, how did that moment, you know what I mean, as a woman, make you feel?
The first thing was embarrassment.
Embarrassment. Mm-hmm.
Disappointment.
Mm-hmm.
Hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Fear. Like
Mm-hmm.
crazy fear. Like never before, because, oh, Lord, I got all these kids.
Mm-hmm.
What am I going to do?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, like that was
a tough time.
That was the
Natasha.
worst time of my life.
Yeah.
And I don't wish that on my worst enemy.
Yeah.
I don't wish that on my worst enemies. And like, you know, at first I was just like, well, damn, like, so they mean more to me and the kids? Like, tell on them. That's how I felt.
You wanted me to tell?
I wanted you to tell, but now that I look back, no.
Yeah.
You couldn't.
Just in that moment, though, that's how you felt.
And I wouldn't want to see no another sister and her children go through what I went through. So no. At that time, I was like, yeah. I had anger, you know.
Yeah,
but
I understand.
now, just looking back, like, no, heck no. I'm glad you stood on 10 toes. I'm glad you didn't snitch. Because if you'd have snitched, you'd have took a
reputational,
whole lot of mother, you know.
Yeah.
So like, I'm glad
I would have took a lot of people down if I would have told.
Yes.
Yeah,
and I'm
go ahead.
glad. And like, I was so mad at you when we got you out, me and Dee Dee. Oh, that was a
Shout out to Dee Dee.
And I was like, dang, like, so you gonna tell? Like, you gonna tell the truth? You gonna let them know who introduced this to you? You gonna, you know?
Yeah.
And you said no. They asked me, and I told them no. So we taking this to trial. You know, what are we doing? You said nothing. I take full responsibility for what I did, and I'm just gonna take what they give.
I have to live with the consequences of it.
And I was so angry at you. I was so angry to the point I had to separate.
Yeah, and I dig it.
Because I felt like you was putting them before me and my kids. But now looking back, like, wow, man, look at all this.
Yeah.
And thank you, Matt Barnes and what y'all call him?
Stat Jack.
Over at All the Smokes. Like,
I wouldn't be sitting in front of this mic.
You wouldn't be sitting in this spot if it wasn't for Matt. And like,
Stat
let
Jack.
me tell you, I be seeing people talk about Matt. I be wanting to get in the comments and be like, I know you lying.
I know.
Like, not him. Like, he's a good man. And if it wasn't for the Lord using that man in your life, you would not be sitting here today. So thank you, Matt Barnes and Stat Jack. That's how you say his name?
That's how you say his name.
Thank y'all so much, because y'all blessed our family.
They really did.
They did.
They really did. And, you know, I really appreciate you saying, you know, how that made you feel, because, you know, for years, you know, you didn't have to worry about anything financially. You know, like, we was living the life, we was traveling, we was making money, we was making an impact and things like that. And I made some mistakes, you know, in the dark, right? And you were so disappointed at me. But I want to go to that disappointment, because I think this is a powerful moment, you know, in this show. It wasn't just the disappointment of the moment. It was the shortcomings and the failures that I had along the way that hit all at one time.
Yeah, but I didn't want to go through all of it. It was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah,
you know, and so, you know, I can't do nothing but respect it. And you know what I mean? Like, we talk about it on the initial part, you know, because like, that's how you felt in that moment. But also I want to talk about like the other side of it. But before we get to the other side of it, Tosh, I had to do a year on pretrial, going back and forth to court. You know what I mean? Not knowing, you know, the position that I've taken, if it would, you know, yield me 20 years.
Yeah.
All those different things. So I could just only imagine what was going through your mind, you know, with me facing that and taking the tactics that I did. But for me as a man, I always take responsibility for my shortcomings.
You know, I mean, sometimes I wish you don't, but you do.
I have to. That's how I was raised.
I know that's how you
That's
are.
how I was raised. That's my principles. That's my values.
Like, people don't know you the nice one in this marriage. Like, I'm not. Like, I don't really like people. I don't really deal with people like you. Like, I don't, you know, it'd been times where you used to go to certain people's house on your team. I wouldn't even go with you. Like, you know, I always, like, was just not on that. You know, so, like, I always tell people, like, you the nice one. And so, like, I was shocked. That's why I think a lot of people was when you got, like, you know, because, like, not Keyon.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, I dig it, you know, and that's why I assumed responsibility, because I wasn't going to pull anybody into that.
Right.
Number one. Number two, I would be accountable for whatever came my way and whatever consequences that came my way. So I made the decision, you know what I mean, that I was just going to accept responsibility for my actions.
And now we're so much better now, because now I watch more. Like, not saying that you're doing something, but, you know, I'm a little bit more attentive. I ask more questions. Now I be getting on your nerves, but, you know, like, I think us going through everything we went through made us better. And,
it did.
And we wouldn't be here today.
It did.
Yeah.
It was a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
It was really a blessing in disguise. And, like, man, we have plans, but God has purpose.
Yes, he does.
And because I went through what I went through, I got to see something that, you know, most people don't get to see. I had to do fed time, Tosh. You know, I had to go through pre-trial.
But you also got the best gift of.
What was that?
You got to find out who your real friends was, and you got to find out who your enemies was.
Yeah.
You got to find out who was with you and who was not with you.
Yeah.
So did I.
Yeah.
And to me,
clarity.
That's the biggest blessing in the world.
Yeah.
To find out who people really are.
Yeah, clarity.
Some people act like I was in the damn case. They was treating me like, because I'm your wife, they treat, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I was surprised by certain people that didn't call.
Yeah.
And I was also surprised with certain people who was being messy as hell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like,
were you surprised at the people who was there for us?
Some people, yeah.
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 Yeah. So that was a blessing too.
And the crazy part is, like, it was all your NBA friends. And Stan Remy.
And Remy. And one Waddy.
And one wife.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
All the other people, like, nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt. No doubt. Yeah, and I know that's tough for us to talk about.
It is. But people have to know that, because you got to know if you go through some stuff, like, you going to find out who with you and who not with you.
So when I was away, all right, how was that for you and the kids while I was away, you know, in federal custody, right, in Coleman, Florida? Shout out to all my dogs at Coleman. But I was away, right, and I wasn't there. Right? Like, how scary was that for you and the kids?
I would spend, like, almost every day with my dad, so it's going to be really hard for me, honestly.
I've cried so much over the last year, I feel like. I don't really have any tears to cry anymore.
Hey, love y'all. All right, love y'all. Yeah. Hell yeah. what's up, Tim? All right. What's happening, y'all? What's up? What's up, y'all? How you doing? You all right? How you doing?
Okay.
Good to see you.
Okay.
I miss you, girl.
Oh.
What's up, my boy? How you doing, family? What's up? You good? Good? Good to see you, boy. Hey, Sam. What's happening? What's up, Sam? Y'all good?
It seemed like everybody was trying me. It was rough. It was rough. I got in a fight. I ended up getting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you
You heard me say,
Yeah, like it.
You had to stand down, stand on business.
Yeah, I had to stand on business.
And take care of the kids and all that.
I had to stand on business, and then when you got home, now I had to get out of fight mode, because now like I was acting like I was a nigga when you was gone. In my mind, that's what I had to tell myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to protect my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like everything. So like, it was rough, but it made me so much stronger.
Yeah.
Like it has made me so much more stronger, and like.
Did it make you appreciate,
It made
me, a little bit more in my absence?
I did.
You know what I
Yes,
mean?
it
It's like
did.
maybe some of the things that, even in the decision that I made, which was wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you might couldn't understand it while we were in it, but like kind of coming out of it, you understand some of the responsibilities.
I get why you did
and
what
some
you
of
did.
them.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do.
and we were able to communicate that.
Yes.
And we
Yeah,
had to
we had to
take
go through therapy.
and we had to take
church,
space.
Everything. Well, we separated.
Yep, we had to do all those different things, and I think it's important to understand that, because you don't get the 24 years of
without
marriage
hardship.
without hardship. But what I've learned in hardship, in adversity, right? One, I don't think healing can happen, right? Without acknowledging the hurt.
The hurt, yeah.
I don't think
And that's so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How it made you feel, how you experienced it, whether you experienced it from a different perspective or not. I don't think that forgiveness can happen until healing happens, right? And if you don't find healing and find forgiveness, you can't have reconciliation. And the reason why I bring up that point is, man, because, dude, there's so many of us who are separating from our soulmates for moments, right? And then you go out and you go into the world and you find out that, shit ain't always greener on the other side. So communication, doing your work, being accountable, being patient with the process, because it don't just go away. It takes time.
It takes time.
It does.
And you got to be able to deal with it. And that's the hardest part, is dealing with the problems in your relationship.
Yeah.
That's
it's not easy. The bigger the love, the bigger the hurt.
Yeah.
The bigger the love, the bigger the hurt. But from that, we were able to document a lot of those moments, vulnerable moments. And big shout out to, Chris Bernard, rest in peace, my brother. I miss you. I love you.
Yes, we do.
And the Players
Shout out
Tribune.
to Amanda, too.
Amanda, his beautiful wife, and
yes.
those beautiful kids, and Taylor and Sam and all the people who kind of was with us, before I went in, as I was coming out, and we put that part of our story into a film festival.
Yeah,
over
and we won an award.
And we won an award for that. I'm sure they'll show the award that we won for that. But just kind of going through that and documenting that and experiencing it, and now seeing other guys have to go through it. Man, I be wanting to tell them and give them the game, so much, but you just can't connect on that.
They just gotta.
What advice would you give to the women, you know what I mean, who are experiencing what they're going through now, like what we went through? What would you tell them sisters right now?
Just surround yourself with love. Like a lot of love, because you're gonna need it. Like they just need love. That's it. That's all they need. They just need love from their family, from friends. You know what I mean? Like don't turn your back on your friends when they going through some shit. Like that shit is awful. How could you do that though?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand how people do that. Like, that mean you was never my friend if you can just turn your back on me. So they just got to surround themselves with real love.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing gonna get them through. In Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
Well, that's the truth. That's the way. That's the life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, you know, I know that was a tough subject, so I appreciate you for bearing with me and talking for that. You okay?
Yeah.
You okay? Well, you look good, girl. All right. So
I'm past that.
yeah. Well, fast forwarding a little bit, right? You know, what like we got, you know, 2 girls in college. One of our girls is on their own.
Show them your sweater.
Oh, this is
He a proud
Clark
Atlanta University
Clark.
father. We got 2 girls at Clark.
CAU. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
One is on the tennis team.
I'm so proud of that. What I did not talk about in that last segment was how the children, you know what I mean, experienced it. Because of course you got the husband and wife thing and that dynamic.
Yeah.
But the kids,
Yeah.
I remember my son being angrier than he ever been.
Fighting a lot, angry.
I remember
never seen KJ like that.
I remember, you know, like, you know, my daughters and how they experienced it
Jordan
and things
took
like
it
that.
really hard.
Yep. And what I also saw is that children are so resilient.
They are.
In the midst of adversity.
Because them kids held me down.
Yeah. They did a good job.
Them kids held me down. Neil, Gabrielle, Jordan, and KJ, they held me down.
Yeah, they did.
Mm-hmm.
They did. They did.
Man, they don't play about their mama.
No, they don't. They don't play about their moms.
They don't play about my kids.
They don't play about their moms. We don't play about your kids. We just watched His and Hers the other day, and I think you could be Alice potentially at some point if somebody try you.
Done been
right?
Alice.
All right. So, you know, I want to close out, Tosh, you know, and, you know, I appreciate you, you know, for having a conversation with me. This conversation really wasn't about me. You know, I know the name of the show is What's Driving You with Keyon Dooling and all that. But, you know, I'm not nothing without you. You know, you know, no matter what happens in life, you're my friend. You're the mother of my children. And I'll always love you. And those are hard conversations that we had to have when we were separated.
I know.
It don't matter. Like, if we're not together, it don't matter. You still always, you will always be, you know, I ain't gonna go there with it. But
well, I'm glad we made it.
yeah, man, God is good, man.
Yeah, God is good.
Yeah.
And then not only that, like, hopefully we can be, you know, helpful to some other young couple out there.
For sure.
You know, and hopefully these NBA players see y'all situation and know what not to do.
That's right. That's an important lesson.
Yeah.
That's an important lesson. And so we're going through everything, right? And, you know, experiencing it and seeing it, you know, from different perspectives and all that.
Right.
Like, how are you doing now?
How
are you?
It was a long journey.
But how are you?
A long journey. A lot of therapy, a lot of prayer, a lot of time with the Lord. Like I really, like, you know, you say you have your relationship right, but when you really get your relationship down right with the Lord, like, I'm telling you, that's the most peace. That's the best peace in the world. Mm-hmm. So, like, I'm just at peace now. Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, everything is, you know, in place. I'm sure things gonna happen, things gonna come up, but I'm ready. I'm ready for whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm Christ bound. You know, like so like I'm covered. Yeah. We covered. Yeah. Our children are covered. So like I'm ready for whatever.
You ready? I'm down for whatever. Say. I don't know why I'm singing so much. I don't know. You bring that out. No, you bring that out in me. All right. So the last thing I want to ask you. If there's anything that you can say directly to the women, you know, who, and it's a smaller demographic, but the women who are in a position of power and influence, support, right, and how important that is. Like, what kind of advice would you give to the young women who are, you know what I mean, behind the scenes, maybe feeling invisible? What kind of advice or insight would you give to them?
Love yourself, find yourself. Do you do what makes you happy, and find something that that you can help others with, maybe, or you know what I mean, something that makes you happy and brings you peace. That's what you got to do. I love like facials and stuff like that, so I went and got my esthetician license. And I love doing lashes and stuff like that. So like I had to do that stuff when you was locked up. Like had I not had been an esthetician, like I wouldn't have been able to make my little extra change that I had on the sides. Besides, what you had made sure me and the kids was good, but it wasn't what I was used to.
It
was rough.
It was all.
So I had to go out and work for the first time.
Is there any advice also like with prevention? Right. Think about all what we did for so many people.
Yes.
Over the time.
Do
right?
not help your family and friends. Don't do it. That's the only thing
All right.
Do not help your family or friends. Don't do it. You help the homeless. You help people like that, because I'm telling y'all, they're not going to give it back. And if you go through something, you ain't going to get nothing from them. Not one thing, not a dime, not a hi, how you doing? Not, Tasha, do you need something? Do the kids need something? Do you need me to ride with you to go see Keyon? Not a nothing. All the stuff I gave away, all the stuff we did for people, all the
They
stuff
didn't do
we
it
did for the Broward County.
Yeah. They didn't do
You
it.
know what I'm
they
saying?
Didn't do it
Like
back for us.
they would, because they wanted to see us down.
You can count on.
But you got to understand, they wanted to see that. That brought them joy, us being down, knowing, we was down for a moment. It's okay. But to be honest, our down was really like
They up.
So like, I don't even like going there.
Yeah.
But people will make you, but
I wanted to
Gorilla, Gorilla going through the same thing.
She going through it right now.
Yeah.
Yep. So I would say reciprocity.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, there are certain people that I, knowing what I know now, that I'll have their back. If they need me and I can do it. There's certain people I will simply say no.
Yeah.
And without an explanation. So I dig it. I understand
the people that helped us.
Oh.
Man.
We with you. We'll run through a wall for you.
Yes.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now, like those people was so special. I'm not gonna name call or nothing like that, but like they know who they are.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they know exactly who they are.
Yeah,
So,
they absolutely do. They absolutely do. Well, man, Tosh, I know. Later in the interview, you know what I mean. That was a real thing. But there's a few things that like I want to make sure that gets across in this particular interview. One, that God is good.
Yes,
God is love, right? And love is kind. Love is patient. Love is forgiveness. Love is healing. Love takes time sometimes, right? And if you want to have a successful relationship, do not just bank on all the good times, right? It's in the adversity where you grow the most, where you can fall actually deeper in love.
I've grown so much. Like these past few years, like from the time you got, like I've grown. Like I think I'm I'm a better person.
Yeah,
now, you know what I mean. And I know I still got a lot of work to do with my anger. And all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
we do. We both don't like to be tried. We in Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm too old
but that's
for
why we stay in the house. That's why we stay ducked off.
That's why I stay in the house, and that's why I mind my business. Because don't try me.
Yep. But more so than anything, man, I just want to see everybody's family win.
Me too.
I want to see, you heal. I want to see you grow. I want to see you treat each other with respect, with kindness. And if it doesn't work, still in that moment, you know what I mean? I really want to see us be able to, impact people, impact our families, impact our community, come together, because like not a lot of people experience, you know what I mean? This kind of brotherhood and sisterhood.
Right.
So I want to see us retired players do better with one another. I want to see our retired sisters do better with one another. And y'all know when y'all do better.
We do pretty good. Like we follow each other on Instagram.
Y'all do.
Yeah,
y'all do. But I'm talking about a deeper level. Because like if y'all get together, we pulling up too. And so I just really want talk. You know, I really wanted to, you know, like really.
Well, you know I'm not
Beat that.
talkative like that.
I know you're not, but you text.
I'm supportive, and I make sure I, you know, be active on the ladies' pages and stuff like that, because I love seeing us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They like, you know what I'm saying? We put that stuff on. Like, I love seeing us on social media. I love seeing that.
Yeah. So I want to give a big shout out real quick. Super shout out to our oldest daughter, Danielle.
Yeah.
Super
baby.
shout out to Gabby, you know, CAU.
baby.
Super shout out to Jordan. You know what I mean. I little soldier, you know, at CAU. Super shout out to KJ. Man, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all.
And
We
Gabby
value
will be
y'all.
Playing in a tournament.
Yeah, we're going to see her.
Yes.
And I'm don't judge me, but I'm wearing this same Clark University shirt to her thing. And so I'm gonna close out. Tasha, before I close out, is there anything else that you want to get out that you didn't get a chance to say, that you want to, like, you know, get out, or are you good? You feel good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
good.
Well, you did that. All right. So, man, thank you guys for allowing me and my beautiful wife, man, to come and, you know, kind of be vulnerable and share a part of our story with you. We've been going at it since 1996. We've been in this thing together.
Long time.
Yep. And, you know, it's highs, it's lows, you know, and as we get older, man, it's more equalized, right? You know, and like, if you're going through adversity in your family, in your relationship, man, I would love to say to you, man, like, you know, you can get better. The biggest room in the world, the biggest room in your life is the room for improvement. You can get better at it.
And
like, you can get
God
better at
first.
You got to keep God first. I mean, that goes without saying.
Yeah.
But you can become a better communicator. You can become, you know what I mean, you know, more present. You know, you can, you know, ask for forgiveness. And, you know what I mean, you can be vulnerable. And if we're going to keep our families intact and our resources and our wealth intact, you know what I mean, we can't keep separating. And so, like, you know, my biggest thing for today is, like, let's keep the families together. Like, let's work. And even if the family fails as far as that marriage infrastructure, let's keep that shit respectable. Let's keep it, you know what I mean, on the kids. Let's keep it, you know what I mean, going forward, so that we don't re-traumatize the next generation with the same bullshit or the same cycle or the same generational curses. Like, we got to stop. You know, life is too short. So with that being said, my guest today was my friend, my girl, my wife, my dog, my little mama, Natasha Dooling. Thank you for joining me. And this is What's Driving You. Ladies, this show specifically was for the ladies, because I need your support. I need you to come through. We need to make sure that we bring female guests on, that we, you know, tell your stories and things like that. So if any ladies, you know, see this and you feel like you have something that you want to say, or you want to, like, be involved with conversations, you know what I mean, please reach out to us. Tosh, you had one more thing to say. Go ahead.
Yeah, like I got one thing, like, for the girls in the family rooms. Like, if your man friend done broke up with his old lady, it is okay to still be her friend. Please, it is okay.
Don't chew up and spit her out.
Don't chew up and spit her out.
We see a lot of that.
Don't do her like that. I saw a lot of that, and I never liked it. I could never did Lana like that. Never. So yeah, that's one thing that I see that I don't like. It's okay to be that girlfriend, that sister friend, because she gonna need you more now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
This is What's Driving You. And so my first question, man, I'm gonna get right to it. What's driving you?
About my old lady, my kids, my family. That's what drive. I wouldn't have met you when I did. Here you go. Shut this shit. That's why it gets you in trouble.
What's up, man? This is What's Driving You. I'm Keyon Dooling. What's driving you? And I'm gonna end like this. I think that the biggest room in the world, the biggest room in your life, is the room for improvement.